welcome to episode 14 of By the Rumor. Christine, how are you? Before you answer that, it amazes me the timing that you have down on this thing. We always do a little sound check. Sam will come in here, check 1, 2, 3. We actually found an issue today. But then, I'm like, 30 seconds. Is she going to show up? And all of a sudden, 25 seconds. You come in with your water and everything, and you're ready to go by the time it's 0. It's amazing.
I know, pretty good. I'm getting better and better at it.
Yeah. You are made for live streaming. So this is episode 14 of By the Rumor. Christine and I started this 14 weeks ago. I guess did we skip a week? We might have. I think we might have skipped 1 week. Yeah. But we've been doing this for a few months now. It's been a lot of fun, and we've learned a lot of it on how to do this streaming thing. We've done this so long on Spaces, which you don't have to be that technically inclined to do Spaces, but we found a lot of road bumps that you can that you can run into on here. How was your weekend, first of all? Do anything fun?
Good. Just busy. A lot of work. California's been pretty crazy as of late, but yeah.
Nothing's going on out there.
No,
What's
nothing.
going on out there?
Just working, the huge. How about you?
Yeah, just the usual, some little summertime baseball fun out in my part of the world, and then keeping up with all that's going on out there in that direction. Your studio not affected. You're not looted for tattoo supplies or anything.
No, thank goodness, right? We are in, I guess, what you would call the suburbs, but
Okay.
it's pretty close, but no looting here. There's just been so many, like I saw the announcements today and videos. I'm like, oh, great.
Yeah. It's a tough situation out there. Well, if anybody has never been or seen By the Rumor just yet, first of all, I'll remind everybody, share out this room space, whatever you want to call this live broadcast. Let's get some people in here. Every week, Christine and I get more live minutes listened to than the week before. We got a nice little streak, and I would like to keep the streak going of growth that we're having. So, Christine's kind of putting it out there right now. You that's listening or watching, if you could kind of put that out there as well, put the link out there. And if you will, if you can, the link that she's putting out there, it's got a nice little chat to the side. I'll say, what's up? Right there. And anybody can say anything while we are doing this. To the right of your screen, this direction, right there. Yeah, that direction. You can see I always mess
Me
it up.
too. I'm always like turning the screen like, oh, I have to go
You're
opposite.
like, it's opposite of what you think. We have all of the different topics that we cover. On By the Rumor, we cover pop culture, we cover stocks, we cover crypto, we cover just trading in general, and how that all mixes together. We're going to cover all of these topics right here. Then Christine is going to tell us a little bit about her thoughts on why can't two best buddies still be friends? Elon and Trump, they just seem to be... Seem to lost their way, and she's going to see if she can fix that right here live on air. We'll talk some birthdays, and then I teased this a few weeks ago. I mentioned if we were to have an index fund of stocks that may go up as the end of humanity also happens. So if you want to profit off the end of humanity, pay attention to this fun little segment. It's certainly not financial advice because it's... I'll tell you how I came up with the tickers whenever we get to that.
Doom and gloom again. Doom and gloom.
It's doom and gloom. But is it doom and gloom if you invest in something low and it goes high? That's not doom and gloom. That's
you'll just be rich and die versus poor and die.
Poor and die, right? And you get to take it with you, is what I'm told. Maybe that's wrong.
Yeah, you could put it in the coffin.
That's true. You can put it in the coffin with you. All right, we have 3 minutes to cover each of these topics right here, and let's just not talk about it anymore, and let's just do the thing. Christine, have you heard of the Sydney Sweeney soap? And how many bars did you buy of it, if you did hear of it?
What the heck is Sydney Sweeney soap? It reminds me of the Sweeney Todd.
Okay, this is definitely not Sweeney Todd. You're familiar with Sydney Sweeney, correct?
Who's Sydney Sweeney?
Oh, gosh, somebody help her out. She is I believe she's an actress. She's been in several movies, several TV shows. What's the one on HBO that the kids liked? Your daughter probably liked. I can't think of the name of it right now, but she has been on Saturday Night Live. She's hosted it just a few weeks ago. She is...
Sydney Sweeney.
All right, here I'm going to give you the two things she's known the most for. She is extremely busty, Christine, and
Okay, you're like, don't you know? Let me just look her up. My
why
gosh,
don't you look
that's
her
what
up?
you're
Why
gonna tell
don't you?
me. You're like, she's
Well,
really busty.
she is. She is. This is not opinion. This is not financial advice. This is physical description of her. But anyway, to tell
Oh
you that
yeah, okay.
Sydney Sweeney, right? Okay, now you got her. Gosh, I can't think of that name show on HBO. Anyway, Hollywood actor Sydney Sweeney's bathroom bliss soap made, get this, Christine, from her bathwater.
That's right. I saw a tweet saying that she is making that there was a celebrity making soap out of bathwater. And I
Her
swiped right
bathwater.
by it, but I was like, that's strange.
Well, look, I admire Sydney, okay, Mrs. Sweeney, but I'm not going to be buying her bathwater soap. Well, anyway, it sold out immediately and then went to
Ah,
eBay. Well, get this. Then it went to eBay and it sold for more than $1,000 a bar.
because it sold out.
Because it sold out, right? We all know how whenever, it completely minted out minutes after mint, right?
I'm traumatized again. Don't use that word.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I didn't mean to bring back NFT thoughts. But unique marketing strategy created a buzz, and the Dr. Squatch website, everybody started going to it, and it really helped them out. So why hasn't this done before, and is this going to be starting to be a thing where you're going to be able to buy celebrities' bathwater-infused soap in the future?
I guess so, right? And I could say that it probably started off when people were buying people's used underwear
Oh,
or their like socks, their shoes, just because they had like whatever fetishes. I feel like that falls in line with it. They've leveled it. I don't know
oh,
if up or down with the bathwater.
it is for sure fetishized. I did see a hilarious post from the Charmin company that tagged
Oh
Sydney Sweeney,
Lord.
and
Oh Lord.
they said, "We've got the greatest idea, Sydney."
Oh
From Charmin.
my
I don't even know
gosh.
what their idea was. I just
Do you think
have
it
an
really
idea.
was her bathwater or just
Yes, I do. I do. I
why?
think they probably because it seems so. Well, you're right. I guess they could just do it just cause, but I think it really was because people actually bought it. All you got to do is fly her out to Dr. Sasquatch headquarters. Say, hey, take this bath, and then you just get that water and dump it into your soap making vat, and boom,
We'll
Sydney
take care of the
Sweeney soap.
rest. You get
Well,
paid millions. We take care of the rest. 10 minutes of your time. Like, but I, does that show like us as a society going backwards or forward?
it's backwards for sure. There's no doubt it's backwards. Okay, so here's the thing. I think she's extremely attractive, at least from the neck down. Neck up, maybe not so
Oh,
much. But I have
God.
zero interest. I have zero interest in her bathwater. Zero, zero,
Liar,
zero,
you
zero.
bought it. You bought it.
I did not buy it. I did not buy it. I did
You
not buy
guys
it.
go on the chat if you think you bought it.
I did not buy Sydney Sweeney's bathwater infused soap, which smells very lavender to the no. I'm kidding.
Oh my
No,
God.
I'm kidding. No, I did not buy any of her soap, and nor would I want to. Not my fetish. Not my thing. I will not be doing that. But if there's a second edition of it, somebody tag me.
Ah,
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
you know, I would have flipped that soap.
Oh, oh, absolutely. I would have floored that thing and gotten out of there, right? So, yes. All right. So, speaking of your traumatization with this, let's move on to the next one: crypto scams. Now, I only included this on our topic. I feel like we talk about this on some level every week, but it says I felt like this is like headed to this is meant for boomers to read this.
Okay.
Hackers are using fake links
Oh,
to
yeah.
steal cryptocurrency, often by hijacking trusted accounts or creating fake ones. These fraudulent practices are becoming widespread and sophisticated. I thought this was ridiculous because seriously, in your DMs right now, Christine, daily, how many fake links do you think you are probably sent every day?
Tons. I think
Yeah,
it's worse nowadays. Like there's so many. I thought it was gonna, be a lot less with like all the guarded things we
right.
have on X, but as we move on daily, tech gets it evolves. So
Maybe, or people are getting more dumb because the things that
oh
I
yeah,
see,
true.
Remember, humanity's going
I
down. Remember
know.
my thesis.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
but thing is, the things that they're putting, I'm always like, somebody's falling for this, right? Or they wouldn't like bother with it. So the
Yeah.
latest one I'm getting, tell me if you've seen this one. I almost know you have, where they'll say like, "Hey, here's the login and password. Here's the site. It's got $1 million in stable coin in there. All you have to do is log in using this. Thank you, Mr. Smith," as if they sent it to the wrong person. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Mr. Smith has $1 million, and I'm now going to clear out that bank account. And they would actually clear out my bank account at that
Right.
point, or my crypto account. Somebody's falling for that, right? It's not, they're not just doing that because it's funny.
No, someone is falling for it every day. If I could guess, it's like every 30 minutes, someone's clicking a bad link and getting their accounts cleared out, and then has a bad taste in crypto and thinks everything's a scam from then on.
That's okay. I'm going to quote you on that. Christine Stat said every 30 minutes somebody clicks on a bad link. I bet you it's more often than that.
Yeah, I
I
think
don't know.
so. I think I was being,
Generous.
yeah.
Yeah. You were being generous. Yeah, I think it happens more often than that, but it's usually not to people like you and I that probably know better and have. We just know how this industry is, that it can be very cutthroat. All right, the next one again, possibly. This one isn't to the boomers. This is for college age students that this is happening. Scammers are using artificial intelligence to steal financial aid intended for college
Yeah.
students. The rise of AI and the popularity of online classes have led to an increase in financial aid fraud. So, okay, get this, Christine. It's not that they're going to be stealing your daughter's college, financial aid right from the bank account. Instead,
Okay.
they're creating a fake person with fake documents that are AI created, then applying to college as this fake person with their fake documents and getting real financial aid into a real bank account. All that is intended for this fake, all that is intended for real people. But then it goes, like I said, they created a complete new persona and used AI to do that. You need a photo, boom, I can get you a photo. You want to do a Zoom call? Probably can do that too. You want a birth certificate? Oh, you just needed a photo ID? Easy. They can do all of this, and now they can get financial aid right into a bank account. Is this scary, or is this just sign of the times?
I feel like it's scary, but it's something similar to a lot of the, people doing frauds on bank institutions and opening bank accounts or social security cards and whatever in the guise of you. And you had no idea there was a duplicate version of you somewhere opening credit cards, bank accounts, social
But they
security.
aren't even duplicating people in this time. Now they're just creating, they're not creating Christine Barnum. They're creating just Bob Smith, Christine Smith, right? They're just creating a fake person, making that fake person apply to college and get financial aid. And it goes to a fake, it's not even trying to duplicate
Oh,
somebody.
I thought it was duplicate. Oh, that's crazy.
Yes, yeah, and they're just doing that over and over again and getting who knows how much money out of it. But yeah, so they're not. This is not identity theft. This is identity creation. They're creating somebody
That's
and
like
then
a
getting financial aid.
new type of scam.
Right? Yeah, and the only people that they are getting are you and me or are taxpayers, right? Like
Right,
it's
because we're paying for it.
this is going to make Elon pretty mad. It might make Elon upset at
He's
Trump even
already
more.
mad.
He's very mad. Yeah, this is waste. Although I did see that Doge, Elon retweeted something from Doge yesterday about money that had been reclaimed or something like that. So he's still involved.
Yeah, thank goodness, because I think he's a genius, Maybe genius with tantrums. There's a bunch of those. But
That happens.
I mean, Doge should find these new AI type of scams, right? Like it should have
Yeah,
no problem.
you would think that
You
we
would
could
think,
figure out
yeah,
where this goes wrong. All
correct,
right,
correct.
next the Clarity Act. Okay, a little bit more crypto news here. Washington is getting closer to some crypto legislation called the Clarity Act. Now, they say this has bipartisan support and it aims to define digital assets and their oversight. I really mean this. Don't you think that this administration has been more crypto friendly than any administration ever before, even looking to repeal other acts that were meant to go after crypto? They're trying to repeal those and make a basically a wild, I wouldn't say a wild west, but they're trying to clearly define the rules for crypto, which I've never seen an administration do before.
Yeah.
Is this bullish?
I think it's bullish, and I believe we've been saying it for a while. I know that if I remember correctly, the first his first term, you were like, I don't know, is
Uh huh.
he okay with crypto? Do you remember that? And I
I
was like, he is.
100%.
He absolutely is. I think he is. And then it's a lot more clear on his second term that they are, and they are continuing to talk about it and welcome people into the administration that are more knowledgeable on it. And I believe they want regulation, but not too much because, you know, we don't want
Yeah.
too much regulation.
I mean, okay. So I do remember that first term, and I do remember saying to you, like,
Yeah, you did.
I don't know if this guy's as crypto friendly as he says. Because he was saying the right words at times, but his actions weren't matching that. And
Right.
even the words that he would say, you'd be like, okay, you obviously have no clue about what even blockchain is. He would just say things that would just show his ignorance.
That's true.
Now, he still says things that shows his ignorance on crypto sometimes,
That's
but
true.
it's clear. But it's clear he has people around him, maybe his sons, that are advising him about crypto and what it means. And he's got his own freaking coin out there. His wife has her own coin.
His
Obviously,
daughters.
Warren.
His daughters.
They
He has one son, right?
Trump
no, two.
and,
Two. He has
yeah, Don Jr. and Barron, right?
Baron. Yeah.
Yeah, Barron, who's like, isn't he like 6'8" or something?
Yeah,
He's very
he's
tall.
taller than him.
It's crazy, crazy. But yes, they obviously are advising him and telling him what to do. Now, I've told you before, I think the Trump coin and certainly the Melania coin was a mistake. I don't think he should have done that.
Right.
But it did signal to me like, all right, we're all in on crypto now.
Oh yeah, you're like, we're so back.
Yeah, kind of, yeah, because I'm like, okay, while a dumb move, we're now not going to create legislature that will criminalize what you've done by releasing this coin. It told me that like we're good, we're good we're good legislative wise.
They're trying to kind of criminalize that he came out with his own coin, and Melania did as well.
Sure, yeah.
And I think opening that conversation and watching that unravel will eventually lead up to us being way more back than we are now.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, we are flirting, seriously flirting with an all-time high already. And we will move on past to several stages in the relationship in the next few years, for sure. All right. Next up, OpenAI's revenue. Did you add to OpenAI's revenue this week?
No, I didn't. I wish I did.
Yeah. No, I thought you did. I thought you signed up for their Plus plan or something like that and
Did you?
added 20. I've been adding to their revenue for months now. Yes,
Yeah.
I get their Plus plan.
You're an investor.
Does that make me an investor? I think that just makes me a consumer. But I would be an investor, which tune in to voice lessons, and I'll talk about some of that. But OpenAI's annualized revenue surged to $10 billion. Now, I want you to think about that, Christine. It costs $20 for the Plus plan and more for the plans above that. Mm-hmm. But revenue, the amount of money they're bringing in, is $10 billion. This isn't Meta that's been around for years and years and years. This is, for the most part, a new company. $10 billion in revenue, strong growth driven by increase in adoption of its AI models. The company is on track to achieve its revenue target of $12.7 billion in 2025. Okay, they are moving. Is this a sign that we as investors should look into AI as a sector to invest in? Or is it a private company like OpenAI right now? Because I don't believe they have a parent company that I can invest in. Or are they so dominant that maybe we should rethink that?
No, I think on episode 7 or 8, we had like a little segment about what are the AI stocks that we think will flourish in 10, 20 years. And I think this is a great time for investing in AI. And it doesn't have to be the parent company of OpenAI. We talked about NVIDIA, all these other companies that are, they're huge in the AI sector. And I think it's something that we can't turn away from now. It's just a huge part of our lives, whether you like it or not. I still know a handful of people that don't know what the heck AI does. They don't care for it. But when I do bring it up in conversation, like, you know, that you could do this, or a lot of people turn to it for therapy now, and then they're saving this amount of money, and they're like, what are you talking about? Which app? You know?
They'll
So
they'll 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 figure that out. Listen to this. I just said $10 billion of annualized revenue.
it's higher now, huh?
Well, I just want to tell you what it was in December 2024. What do you think it was 6 months ago?
6 months ago.
It's 10 billion now. What was it? I mean, you were alive then.
1 billion?
5.5 billion. So
Oh
they've
my.
almost
Doubled.
doubled in 6 months' time. Now that doesn't mean they're going to double in the next 6 months, but still, I feel like in December 2024, OpenAI was a big deal then, right? I feel like a lot of people, like you knew what OpenAI was in December 2024, but now they've almost, let's just call it, doubled their revenue since then. And we're not saying doubled like they went from, $1 million to $2 million. We're talking billions of dollars here. All right, next up, Zuckerberg. Man, we're hitting all of the high tech points.
I know.
Zuckerberg's AI. Zuckerberg is assembling a team, the Avengers, the AI Avengers for artificial intelligence. It says Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg is personally, he's like the Samuel L. Jackson character, walking around getting everybody together. He's assembling a team of experts to advance artificial general intelligence. We call that AGI, marking a significant move in the AI field. We already know Meta. First of all, do you think he's regretting that whole metaverse thing? And let's call Facebook Meta now that metaverse is kind of like passe. Is he wishing he would have rebranded to something AI related?
I want to say yes, but I do feel like these innovators, if you want to call him an innovator,
Yeah,
but
sure.
like that they're always 10 steps ahead, and it might not make sense now, and it might seem like that was a bad move, but who knows? Maybe he's going to circle it back and it is going to mean something of more value. And metaverse seems like we passed that through, but it might come back in a big way.
We definitely have passed it through. I've said for a long time that we need to make it to where you don't look like a complete tool when you're wearing like VR goggles. And they're working on that. I know, you've told me to buy, and I've bought the Meta glasses before, so you're familiar
Yeah,
with
and
those.
they're nice. The Ray-Ban Wayfarers are nice.
Absolutely, absolutely. But it's not VR. It's not even
Right.
AR, right? It's not like
Right.
but they're working on that, from what I understand of
And
that work.
it could be in that same look.
Yes, and whenever they do that, then maybe it will make more sense. But anyway, he's forming this super intelligence group that has a potential. Listen to this with the numbers I gave you with OpenAI, with a potential for a $10 billion scale AI investment. Okay.
Wow.
So now we're talking $10 billion, and OpenAI is bringing in $10 billion of revenue in. It says Morgan Stanley. Excuse me. That's moving on. Something about Coca-Cola. But yeah, Zuckerberg's. Sorry, unrelated story I started reading here. But yeah, he's putting together a team to. All of these tech giants are putting together everything they can do because they don't want to be left behind. But don't you think like
Right.
somebody's going to be left behind on this? Somebody's going to make a wrong move and invest in AI in the wrong way or hire the wrong people, and they're going to get left behind. I'm not saying Meta or somebody like Meta is going to go away, like Microsoft or something like that, but I am saying there's going to be winners and losers in this, and there
Oh
will
yeah.
be AI champions, and then AI kind of still trying but never quite getting there.
Yeah. And there
It's
always will be, right? Like winners and losers. It's
yeah,
hard to imagine like these top tech innovators or media platform innovators in our day, them
yeah.
being part of the losing team. But if I were to pick anyone to be a loser, it would be him. I'm not a huge fan of him.
You're not a well. You do remember we read that Bitcoin Billionaires? It was the
Yeah.
very
I
first.
always think of that.
Yeah, and he came off like a real prick in that one. I'm sure he can't stand Ben Mesrich because of that.
Right.
All right, Ethereum eyes a 38% jump. Crypto analyst, Crypto Bullet. I've never heard of Crypto Bullet, but I'm sure they're an amazing crypto analyst. Raised the possibility of Ethereum surging by 38% because, get ready for technical analysis,
Okay.
the 50 EMA is the only thing that's holding ETH from witnessing this price surge. The 50 period EMA. I don't know if that's weekly, daily, what that's based off of. But apparently it's getting primed for a breakout. Christine, do you see Ethereum as breaking out by as much as very specific number,
38.
38% soon?
I hope so. I mean, I feel like it's been just sitting there, and we've seen like bull runs with all the coins, and I'm like, come on, Ethereum, do something. But it's just a sleeping giant, I feel like.
This picture up in the upper right hand corner there creates a picture for every story that we're doing. And it looks like Ethereum is like on the edge of a cliff, thinking about it's because it says Ethereum jump, meaning it's going to jump in price, but it looks like it's going to jump off a cliff. Different way to think about its jump. Here's my thought on Ethereum, and I've thought this for a long time. I think I've said this to you a few times. Everybody's like, when is Ethereum going to get to like $10,000? Some amazing amount. And I've told you, I don't think it will. Okay, or when it does, your $10,000 isn't going to be. Well, here's my problem. And you can argue with the blockchain. Yes, when that thing gets to $7,000, $8,000, how much is a transaction going to cost to send on Ethereum at that point? And maybe it becomes because remember
they're going to fix it.
I've been hearing that for a long time. If they do, throw away everything that I'm saying right now.
Right. That's all we need to do is they just need to fix that.
That's all we need to do. Just do it, Vitalik. Quit just standing around with your water bottle in your pocket.
Just needs to ask ChatGPT to help him.
ChatGPT, how can I bring down gas prices for my mammoth-sized blockchain?
Correct.
Yeah. Anyway, he Vitalik needs to do something because otherwise it's not going to happen. It just won't. It's with these gas prices, it will not happen. Or remember, the use case for Ethereum is to actually have it be the computer of the blockchain, right? Where it does all these smart contracts. It's not like Bitcoin where it's just, the store of value is where it's good. There's actually a use case for Ethereum. And if the use case is too expensive to use, then it's a problem. So yes, I honestly believe that instead we will see. I need to hit the recording button here. I honestly believe that we will not see $10,000 Ethereum unless something changes. All right, Christine.
The number one priority of Ethereum is to lower the gas prices, so it's going to happen.
Okay, well, what about when we went to proof of stake? That was supposed to really just shake some ish up. That was really good.
I don't know. Vitalik needs to stop effing around, man.
Stop effing around, Vitalik. Like I said, he's just trying to walk around with his big water bottle in his pocket to show that he's so hung, and he needs to work on some things. Okay.
Oh, God.
All right, Christine, you have been just up sleepless nights wondering about what's going on with Elon and Trump. Let's talk about it. Hit me with the intro song right now.
Christine's Corner, where the buzz is hot. Crypto trends or the latest pop plot. From gadgets that glow to stars in the sky. If it's on her mind, you know it's gonna fly.
Love it. Well,
Why can't they be friends?
I know, and I feel that you would think this just happened when? When was the fight flared up on X? This was
last week on Tuesday, I maybe even on one of our top stories things, I had said, looks like they're fighting a little bit. Is this going to be a problem? And you assured me, you told me that no, they're fine. They get along well. They play thumb wars together. They do patty cake, and everything was going to be fine. And you misled me because I thought they were best buddies.
Did I? Like, was this a facade to save face for Tesla? I don't know, but as Elon kept tweeting, I was like, oh man, I think they are really fighting. But fast forward, he has deleted it. The crazy thing about our world right now is that was just less than a week ago, and I feel like we're talking about old news now, when really it's still relevant because everyone's wondering, are they even getting along? Is he welcome back? And obviously he's still helping Doge out. And now we know as well that Elon deleted all those tweets. Trump said he's not cutting the contracts with SpaceX or Tesla. So I don't know where we are at now in the friendship, but I'm hoping that they can be civil and just get along. I do like Elon still. I just didn't know that his tantrums were so wild.
So wait a second, I didn't realize he deleted. So the one that said that Trump is on the Epstein list, he deleted that one.
Yes, he deleted that.
Ooh, but the internet is forever, and
The
he
internet's
should know that.
And we
Yeah.
know. Yeah, everyone knows that he tweeted that. When he tweeted that he was on the Epstein files, a lot of the feedback that I got from people around me were, well, we knew that, right? We knew. And I was like, yes, I knew that he was on there for the fact that he was on a flight log because he gave him a ride. That's what he said on his first term. That
Yes.
yeah, I did know him. And then he did give me a ride to Florida, and then from there he took off. But I've never been to his island, whatever. So I was like, maybe Elon is kind of doing a push to, hey, release the files, and he was on it. He was on the flight log. Doesn't necessarily mean he was on the island. So I didn't know. I don't know where to go with this fight. Was it a facade? Was it a real tantrum and they were really fighting because there's disagreements? Was that black eye from his son X, or was it from the Treasury guy that they, I guess, came out now that they were shoving each other against the wall
Yes.
and this and that? It's just been so wild. And now we have California here. They were getting investigated by Doge with the mishandling of budgets and homelessness crisis and this and that. And all of a sudden riots erupt here. I feel like this is old news now.
Well, I mean, that's just because of the nature of things on X. Like, things move really fast. What's
So
really
fast.
cool one moment, literally the next day, it becomes old news. Here was my first thought as it happened, okay? And I'm going to piss off the right and the left, as I
Okay.
like to do. I hate
like
you all
that. I
equally.
like that.
Yes, I hate you all equally. Whenever Elon said that, I immediately thought, if what he's saying is true about the Epstein files, like that truly Trump is involved in pedophilia kind of stuff, then I say nail Trump to the wall. Okay, let's do JD Vance, get rid of Trump. If it's not true, then I thought, then Elon better, in all his infinite resources, better lawyer up, because man, that is a serious accusation that you should not be making without some sort of basis. So either Elon, and again, I know now it's been deleted, so I'm just talking as I was reading it. I was thinking either Elon's telling the truth and we need to make some kind of action out of this, or Elon's making stuff up, and if that's the case, some kind of action needs to come out of that. And I was ready, and maybe I'm still ready, to turn on either of them based on whatever the truth is. The only trick to that is I probably never find out the truth, right? Like ever, because
Yeah. I don't
just
know.
a little peon.
I almost felt like it was a push for both sides to want that Epstein file to come out. And maybe he was like, I could gather both sides, whether you like him or not, to want these files to come out. And I did feel the same way as you. I was like, if he is on there the way people are thinking he is, like pedophilia and this and that, yeah, like nail him to the cross then. Like, don't care. But
Yeah, absolutely.
Elon deleting it was kind of strange. And I know that same day they had a call scheduled. I think the White House had put it up like, hey, we have a call scheduled later today with Elon and Trump, and we'll see what happens. And then he deleted, and now he's just tweeting like back to normal.
Do you think MAGA has turned on Elon?
I do think that it was probably disappointing to them, but now they probably are arm's distance with him, and now they see how his tantrums can play out, and they're probably weary. But I think that they still like him, and I think they see how smart and innovative he is. But you do have to be careful with people that.
Well, I'm concerned. I drive a Tesla, and I've always been worried about the libs defacing my car. And now I have to be worried about MAGA defacing my car. I am not safe anywhere I go.
Oh my God.
97% of the country hates the car that I drive now, and they're going to do something about it.
I just
Save me.
Yeah, and I just thought like, oh my God, what a bipolar week that we're having. And then what movie are we in? It seems so unreal every single freaking day, something. And with Elon and Trump and your Tesla, I did think of that. I'm like, so are liberals happy now, and do they like him because they're turning he's turning on him, or are they like, haha, told you so, or where were they at?
It was the second one. It was the told you he sucked sort of a thing. And then I don't think it was like, oh, good, we're going to welcome him back, which they should, because during the election, people are like, where's our Elon? And I was thinking, like, you had your Elon. His name was Elon Musk.
Right.
He voted for Biden in 2020. He said.
Yeah, he
So
was just disappointed in how things were handled.
he wasn't
And
mad. He's just disappointed.
right. And then, now he's getting very upset, and which he even called for like a third party, that actually represents the 80% of the people. Whereas Trump, that, he voted for and campaigned for, he even said, like, you became president because of me. You're so ungrateful. Those tweets are gone. But he did say that. And, it is kind of, in a way, I'm like, if everything is true what he's saying, then I admire it, because we do need to speak out against corruption and people that say they're going to do something and they're not. But it does seem like it was just a tantrum, and who knows what, because he deleted it all.
Well, one more thing before we move on. I want to talk about the big, beautiful bill. So Elon works for months to trim the fat from our country of not having us spend so much, right?
Right.
The left certainly hated him as he was cutting things out, because a lot of things that he cut out, they thought, oh, well, we could either use this, whether it be above the table or under the table, to help out our own side. So he works all these months, takes all this hate from all the country, from a lot of the country, for cutting a lot of these programs. Then Trump introduces the big, beautiful bill. Elon takes a look at it and he's like, wait a second. There is all kinds of fluff in this bill that's ridiculous spending. What am I doing cutting all this spending out if we're just going to replace it with new spending with something called as ridiculous as the big, beautiful bill? What is Elon right? Why is this bill filled full of pork, as Elon said, if that's the case? And is it?
I feel like he was correct on that. And I had been seeing people kind of speak up against it, like big name people saying, what's all this, the inserts in here? And it doesn't look good for small business owners. It doesn't look good for a lot of like the taxpayers and your, Medicare, etc. But I was like, so this is getting passed through and things are getting inserted. This bill's getting bigger. And when Elon was like, hey, you need to slim this down so it's easy to see like what's a yes and a no and what's happening here. And I do agree there, and he was upset that the EV budget was cut as well. And then Trump, I think, responded with saying, I can't force people to drive EV. I think we need to be more fair. And then we have gasoline cars and EV. The budget was just too crazy for that. But Elon does make a good point on, okay, so what's all the fluff here? And this is a huge, ugly bill. Like, let's make it, what did he say? Slender and beautiful or something like that.
The ridiculous
and,
descriptions.
Yeah, he's like, it needs to be slim and beautiful, not big and ugly or something.
We should sell its bathwater.
Yeah, there you go.
With its slim and beautiful bill.
Yeah, slim and beautiful.
Yeah, I think out of that, I'm going to back Elon on that one, okay? Because everybody should care what side I pick. I'm going to pick Elon on this one, because if he's saying that the big, beautiful bill has got too much pork in it, too much fluff in it, I tend to believe what Elon is saying right there.
Me too.
I also am worried that Elon cut all these things out that were going to benefit the left. The new bill was going to come in and have all this extraneous spending that was going to benefit the right. His point wasn't to cut out the spending so that we can make it advantage to somebody else. His point was to cut out the spending so that we don't spend so much. It's what a business would do, right?
Right.
See, we have Ryan who mentioned we forgot Eric Trump. Poor Eric.
Oh, damn it, Eric. I'm sorry.
Yes, yeah. Ryan pointed that out. But Ryan runs a business. He's not going to cut out expenses just to then replace those expenses with other expenses that should be cut as well. He's going to cut expenses to cut expenses, right? And we should run America in the same way. Cut the expenses out. Then whenever we have to come out with next year's budget, move forward with that budget without the extra spending. It's a way to cut down on what we're spending, not to change how we're spending our too much money that we don't have. So.
Right. And I think the problem always just comes down to like how Congress and all these lawmakers just try to insert wherever they can, and hopefully it just slips right through with all the bills. Like, it's not even just this one. Like, a lot of the bills that get passed, everyone's like, oh man, look at this part was in here and no one really saw it. And now this, now that. California gets a lot of that crap over here. And then we wonder why our gas is going up and the nation's is like way lower than ours. And we're like, oh yeah, well, that was in there and we just didn't see.
It's those paperclip things where they'll have a bill that's about, something completely unrelated. And then paperclip to the back of it is, some other thing that has nothing to do with the original bill. And it just gets moved on in there because it's a package deal. And you're like, well, I really did want to, cure the world of cancer. And it was called the Cure the World of Cancer bill. And we did that. But we also, gave nuclear weapons to terrorists in the. Okay, I'm making up this scenario, but anyway, that's kind of how it works.
No, yeah, and it'll just be in there in fine print. And I think that when we introduce a bill, I don't think we should run it through so many people to the point where they can hit the edit button. They should just be like, oh, okay, I see, yes or no, not edit, add. Like,
there's got to be a better way to do this.
Right.
Can't we just have an AI president? No.
Oh, no.
They can just.
No. But you know what? Circling back, I do think that they're probably friends. That conversation probably went like, hey, I apologize. I was just heated. Oh, how's that black guy? I don't know. Whatever. And then I'm going to delete my tweets. Oh, okay.
What should they do as like a bonding mission? Should they do like trust falls or something? Or should they play Monopoly? What do you think would be an activity that they could do that would be like therapy for them?
Well,
strip club.
Oh my gosh. They should go eat McDonald's together and then go golf together.
Okay. Should they bring RFK Jr. To the McDonald's trip?
Sure. I think he said everything in moderation, so I could see him eating it.
I think that picture I think it was in Air Force One where they've all got McDonald's.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, see? Yeah.
Yeah, but he looked so uncomfortable. He looked like, oh, you guys are...
I know, he's like
making me look bad.
I know he's probably like a-hole as he puts his in his mouth.
So. Right. No doubt. That makes me think. I've been following this guy on TikTok that is trying to get addicted to alcohol and Zen. He's dopamine maxing to prove that he can get addicted and then get clean all in 2025.
Oh no.
Okay?
That's like the guy that ate too much McDonald's and then he had a heart attack because he was trying to prove something. What was it? A documentary called like
Super Size Me?
Yeah.
Okay, that's been proven to be a fraud because he has said since that he had severe alcoholism even during that show. So whenever he goes to the doctor in that show and he has these elevated liver enzymes, it's because he's washing down his Big Mac with, vodka. And
oh my gosh, I had no idea.
Yeah, look, I'll send you a link to it. It's very interesting because I thought that movie, it's called Super Size Me, was very interesting. I thought like, yeah, well, now I've learned. Now he has came out and said that, hey, I might have been having a little bit of alcoholism problem during that. And so, yeah, some of the lab stuff that they ran, that was the deal. All right, first of all, great topic, Christine. Let's hope next week we talk about how they're the best of friends again. Until then, let's talk about some birthdays this week.
Yes, let's talk.
Ding, 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 ding. All right, let me bring this thing up. Happy birthday to everybody. We know how this works. I'm going to give you some people, and you're going to tell me who they are. Christine, this is an American actor and producer. What are you laughing at?
I was just looking at her.
It's known for his versatile roles in films such as Edward Scissorhands, Pirates of the Caribbean, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and has received several awards for his work, including a Golden Globe. He is 62 today. Who is this, Christine?
I think his name is like Glass Joe or something.
Glass Joe. Yeah, it is Glass Joe, probably. Glass Joe. It's actually Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp turned 62 today. Happy birthday.
So you faked me out on here. Oh my God.
Keep on reading the names that come out.
You know what's so crazy? I was like, I would say Johnny Depp, but I guess I'd be wrong again because I suck at these. God.
Keep on with the names
No,
that I
I don't
put on
wanna
there for
look
you.
at-
No. These are great. These are great because the people that are listening will know where these names came from and see if you can tell me where they came from. The next one, she's an Israeli-born actress. Maybe you tattooed her when you were out there. She starred in numerous major films, including the Star Wars prequel trilogy, Black Swan, V for Vendetta. She has an Academy Award for Best Actress in her role of Black Swan. She is 44 today. Born in 81. Who is it?
You know, here it says Von Kaiser, but it's what's her name? Natalie Portman.
That is correct. It is Natalie Portman. But Von Kaiser would have been a great one for sure, and it should have been. By the end of this, I'm going to tell you you're going to tell me who these names
Damn
are.
it, man! Who are all these people?
I'm going to tell you in the end. Just so y'all know, Christine cheats at this game, and I've started tainting her cheat sheet. So far we have Glass Joe and Von Kaiser.
man.
The next, this person is 64 years old today. He's a Canadian-American actor. He rose to fame in the 80s with his role in Back to the Future and Family Ties. He was later diagnosed with Parkinson's disease and publicly announced in 1998. He has since become an advocate for research for finding a cure for Parkinson's disease. He's age 64, born in 61. Who are we celebrating today, Christine?
Okay, first of all, I know who you're talking about. I just forgot his name.
Holy moly. Well, you've got the cheat sheet there. Who does it say?
God damn it. It says Piston Honda, but I know it's not him.
It is not Piston Honda. It is Michael J. Fox.
Yes,
and shame
Michael J.
on you for not remembering his name.
Yeah.
It is indeed. Yeah, okay. Even Eats for Food said that's Marty McFly.
Okay, and I was going to say it starts with an M, and then I was like, whatever.
It's Michael J. Fox. Next one, he's a well-known American basketball sportscaster. After a successful coaching career in college and the NBA, this gentleman moved to broadcasting and became one of the most distinctive voices in sports, mainly covering college basketball. I'll do an impression for you. Of him. He's like, shish bam boom, dunkaroo, diaper dandy. No, doesn't do anything for you. Well, who is it? You've got the cheat sheet there. Who does it say?
According to my dumb cheat sheet, it says Don Flamenco.
Don Flamenco. Yeah, that's pretty close. It's actually Dick Vitale of ESPN fame.
Okay, I didn't
He
know.
turned 86 today. And last one is an American actress, had a successful career both in film and on television, best known for her roles in Arrested Development, The Perks of Being a Wallflower, in the animated series Avatar: The Last Bender. She's 37 years old today. Who are we talking about?
I forgot her name too, and your dumb cheat sheet says King Hippo.
That is Mae Whitman. And she was in Arrested Development and The Perks of Being a Wallflower and did a very good job. Christine, your cheat sheet actually accidentally, I am so sorry I accidentally did this. These are people, these are your opponents in Punch-Out when you play the original Punch.
Damn you!
Yes, King Hippo, Don Flamenco, Piston Honda.
I was
Didn't
like,
get Bald Bull in there.
Who are these? You should have did like Street Fighter, like Chun-Li.
Oh, that's coming. Don't worry. Don't worry. That's coming soon. I did think about that. I'm glad you know. Glad you know that as well.
I need to go on your website and ask what I need to take for memory, because my memory is just so shot with like remembering people's names.
You should go to naturalsupplementsearch.com and type in memory loss and see what you can come up with. All right, that's it for birthdays. Let's do a little voice lessons so we can move on, and Christine can learn more about Punch-Out.
Voice lessons, you'll hear it loud and clear. Tech and crypto wisdom, the truth is here. Big thoughts, bold moves, cutting through the haze. When the voice speaks up, you'll be amazed. So listen up.
All right. Here, let me change my lower third on here because I always forget to do that. It's almost, I would say it's every week that I forget to do that. About a week or two ago, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed, and I told Christine that we have reached peak humanity and we are now on the downhill slope from humanity, okay? And it's going to get worse and worse from this point. The next week, I felt so bad, I started saying about the good things about AI, but I still keep on going back to something we joked around a lot about, Christine, on the one whenever I was saying the end of humanity was here. And we talked about the end of the world index fund and how we could come up with some stocks, a basket full of stocks that are going to go up as humanity goes down, right? These are inversely correlated with humanity. So I went to ChatGPT, okay? Maybe you're familiar with that website, Christine. I went to ChatGPT.
I love
it. And they have something called deep research, okay? And on deep research, it literally will look over the internet and do some calculations for 15, 20 minutes to get you your answers. This isn't one of those things where you type in and you say like, hey, what should I eat tonight? And it will tell you immediately. Deep research, it's exactly what it says. It deeply thinks about things. So I went to ChatGPT and I said basically, hey, could you tell me, just a second, let me bring something over here. I said, could you give me the end of humanity ETF or index? And let me tell you, here, I'll give you the prompt that I said. I said, I want to make a fun index, but maybe not so fun. I think that AI will end humanity, but I also think that some companies will create opportunities for incredible wealth for those that invest in them early. Give me the top ranked stocks, including OTC stocks, that could do well in the AI sector. I will call this basket of stocks the end of humanity index or end of the world index.
I'm going to take notes.
Okay, well, I've even got a Excel sheet here, which I can share with you later if you would like. But yeah, I asked that. Oh, just a second. Now I'm stuck. I'm just going to go to my Excel sheet. So rounding these out, I've got some OTCs that are even less than $1, right? Because we all have to ask when $1, right? I've also got others that sprinkled in some less risky plays that are in here. Just because I think you can get these, Christine, do you want to tell me what you think are the less risky plays that probably ended up on this list that OpenAI came up with? What do you think?
Do it. Yeah, I want to say.
No, but yeah, no, you tell me. You tell me like some big names that would be on there.
It'd be NVIDIA.
Ding, 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 ding.
Okay.
That's correct. That's on there.
Google.
No, but
Microsoft.
Yes, Microsoft is on there. And the last one is a third one that's been getting a lot of play on X over the last like 3 months. See if you can get this. It's like the hot one that everyone's kind of talking about a lot, I feel like. As soon as I say it, you'll be like, oh, I've seen a lot of people talk about that. I'll go ahead and tell you. I'll give you the ticker. See if this will help. PLTR.
Oh, yes. I was trading that for a while. Palantir, really good.
Yeah. Okay, so let me tell you about each of these, and I'm going to tell you also some of these about why it's going to bring the end of the world as they happen. But we'll start with NVIDIA. It's at $143 right now with a $1.7 trillion market cap, building chips to power nearly all major AI models, the backbone of AGI development. We can see how that one would take us down.
Absolutely.
It's a less risky play, right? Because it's just a big company. It's not going to go to zero.
No.
Next comes Microsoft. It's at $469 right now at a $2.79 trillion, dollar market cap. Says owns the infrastructure and funds OpenAI, profits from any direction that AI takes, which, yeah, sure. Anything that AI does, Microsoft's probably going to do. Let's talk. How do you pronounce, is it Palantir?
Palantir. But how much was Microsoft trading for right now?
Well, it says 469. You can see if that's correct, but that's what OpenAI said as of this morning.
Palantir, though, yeah.
Okay, Palantir, it says $131.96, $132, powers government AI system, potentially the core of autonomous military tech. Okay, its market cap is sitting at a measly $50 billion. Wow. And I say that after I mentioned the 2 trillion, the 2.79 trillion
chump change
for Microsoft. Yeah, chump change. Palantir. Now's when they're going to start getting interesting. So I've hit you with NVIDIA, I've hit you with Microsoft, and I've hit you with Palantir, all which are going to be instrumental in bringing down humanity, but maybe instrumental in making your portfolio go up. The next one, I would say most of the next ones I have never heard of. So get ready, buckle up. The next one, the ticker, this is the greatest ticker of all tickers in the AI space. Its ticker is AI.
AI, okay.
Okay.
Can't forget that.
C3.ai at a $25.88 price, $5.5 billion market cap, enables large-scale AI deployment, the heart of automation across different industries. So one of the things I said is bring me things up that will maybe decrease jobs that are out there, right? Because that's going to be the end of humanity too when we can't have jobs. And so this C3.ai, which I have not visited that website, they are an enterprise AI platform. And yes, they may be a good ticker to have here in the end of humanity index. Next up is the UiPath. Its ticker is PATH. Price is $13.33. And it's at $10 billion market cap. It automates white-collar jobs. It embodies workforce replacement. It's exactly what OpenAI says.
Yeah.
This embodies
How
workforce
much is that
replacement.
trading for?
$13.33. $13. And I don't know if you're looking these up as I'm doing them, but if you are, if you see anything notable, do say something about them. Next is Innodata, Innodata. Its ticker is INOD. Little higher price, $45.85. We're back to $1.4 billion of a market cap, and they provide the training data fueling every AI model, an essential grid of model accuracy. So or GERD of model accuracy. So Innodata provides the training data for all of the different models. That actually might not be a bad one to look into. A lot of these I'm going to look further into. Next one is here's the first OTC one I'm going to give you. $4, and it's about $5. $4.92 is its price. AISP is its ticker. Airship AI Holdings enables get ready for this. Enables automated public monitoring, highly speculative but tied to dystopian futures.
Whoa.
So this is the one that's going to be looking over you and figuring out everything that you're doing. Airship AI Holdings, $4.92. This is the first one I've mentioned that's only in the millions in market cap. They have a $400 million market cap. And like I said, automated public monitoring.
Interesting.
Very, very
$1.90 in November. And
it's at $4.90 now?
Yes, $4.92, and a 52-week high is $7.66.
Okay. I like this.
Okay.
This isn't... I'm interested in these.
Me
I really
too.
am.
Especially the more affordable ones.
I've heard of this one before only because we know somebody that goes by this name. Okay. Ticker is BBAI, which is BigBear.ai.
Big Bear. BBAI.
What's up, Big Bear? Hope you're in here listening to this. And I bet you he knows of this ticker. How could he not? Right. But BigBear.ai. It fuels military decision systems. Data-driven warfare in the making is what BigBear.ai does.
How much is
it? It is at $3.76, and it's at a $350 market cap.
Wow.
AI for defense, logistics, and security analytics. So, yeah, shout out to Big Bear, but also shout out to military decision-making systems. All right. Let's see. Next up comes Veritone. VERI is the ticker. It's building an operating system to run AI at scale across enterprises, potential integrator of future intelligence systems. Doesn't say much about what Veritone is, but it's $1.54 at $180 million market cap. Okay. This one's interesting. Are you ever worried about like your daughter calling you and saying, send me money, but it actually isn't her, but it's so realistic that you would fall for it? Or would you fall for that?
I don't
You'd know.
think
You'd
so.
know.
I feel like I'd know. I can't underestimate like the AI, but I feel like for right now I would know, so I'm not too worried about that. Are you?
I'm not worried about your daughter calling me and faking out.
No,
I'm
about
kidding.
your kids calling you needing money.
No, I'm not. As of right now.
As of right now, I cannot be.
Yeah, I am not. All right, this next one, though, is called SoundHound AI. It's voice agents replacing customer service and more. This says this is a high-risk, high-growth voice play. Ticker is SOUN. Cool ticker.
Oh, yeah. Soon. We always say soon.
So you're familiar with this one.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. It's $9.85, and its market cap is $700 million. Okay, so
Nice.
yeah, replacing customer service. Would that piss you off if you called customer service and it was obviously an AI bot?
I feel like most of them are now, and it does piss me off because it's not good enough as of right
No.
now. And then you're like breaking your finger, pressing zero to talk to like a live person because they're like, oh,
Representative.
yeah, here's your balance. And you're like, no, I don't want my balance. I need to fix this or whatever. And they're like, okay, here's your balance. Like, oh my God.
All right, I've got five more here. Let me go
You're
through them
it.
quickly. Cycurian, CYCU. Is that really what that says? Oh, you'll love this price, Christine. 40 cents per.
Yeah, another OTC.
Its market cap is $13 million. Okay, we're down to getting
Whoa.
pretty tiny here. It said I like this one. Listen to this. Could serve national level cyber defense using AI. Says it's an under the radar breakout potential. I like that one.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah. Cycurian, CYCU. As humanity goes down, obviously, we're going to need national cyber defense using AI. And if the government got a gigantor contract with Cycurian, then yeah, that would be a good play. Next, another OTC, Avant Technologies, AVAI. Its price is 80 cents. Its market cap is around $99 million. It's an AI platform for edge and security use cases. It says a sub $1 mystery with upside. That's OpenAI's words, not mine.
Okay.
So very, very interesting. Very cheap there. All right, now we're going to get into literally on the market caps here, Christine. It says small micro cap. Okay, so
Small
these are micro caps.
okay.
Yep. Okay.
More than $5 or something like that, right? Or what represents small micro caps?
Well, it's market cap, so it's not going to be $5, but it's going to be, we're probably talking less than $10 million, I would think.
Okay.
This one right here is MLGO. Its price is at $1.03. MLGO. I don't know what they do. Let me just read what OpenAI says. It says sci-fi level volatility. Look this up. Tell me if it's as volatile as they say.
Okay.
Sci-fi level volatility, potential short squeeze, and quantum leap in AI. I have no clue what any of that means.
What's the ticker?
It's MLGO. See what you can find in MLGO. Is it as wild of a swing as they say? Because it says sci-fi level volatility. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's $1.05. Let's see.
See, it's went up 2 cents since I made this.
I mean, I don't know. Is that very volatile here?
Well, not that it's $1.05, but was it 2 cents?
Can you see?
Move the. There we go. Oh, that's a crypto rug. No, okay. That's what it looks like. But if it goes up like that again, that could be really good. And my last one is CXAPP. CXAI is the ticker. And I don't know how you would pronounce CXAPP. CXApp. CXAI. It's $1.03. Another small microcap, and it says automated hybrid work scenarios. Recent earnings gap shows breakthrough strength. Oh, cool of OpenAI to find the earnings and find that there's an earning gap between it didn't have a breakout after a good earnings. So that's interesting.
Oh, love it.
Yeah, $1.03 in a small microcap, CXAI. So these aren't the ones that I came up with. These are the ones that OpenAI came up with. So take this with a grain of salt of what these are. I'm going to continue to look at these, and I'm telling you, Christine, I may just put something in, a couple $100 into something that's like one of these low cap ones. That way, whenever humanity falls, I can live in a mansion as the evil robot warlords take over. I can be well set and watch all my money burn away through their lasers and stuff like that. So
There you go.
yeah.
I really like that you could talk to AI and be like, hey, what do you think? And whatever prompt you said was probably so funny. And then it really is giving us like some doomsday, investments.
Absolutely. And it does. It will give you, it will use your tone and give you the doomsday thoughts on it. Gosh, I can't, it's keeping here. Oh, there it goes. It says, this is interesting. So I gave it the prompt that I told you I gave it earlier. Let me move that. There we go. Gave you the prompt that I told you I gave earlier. And then it said, are you interested in U.S. or international stocks? Do you want U.S.-based companies? It says, are you wanting small cap and micro cap? Would you prefer a mix of established tech giants or speculative emerging players? Then it asked me, are there specific AI subfields you're most interested in? autonomous weapons, robotics, software infrastructure. And then it said, what's your particular investment horizon? You want 3 to 5 years? You want long-term hold? It said, once I have all this information, I'll give you a ranking of the top candidates. I answered all those questions, and then boom, it gave me each of these with a full paragraph on each of these, a full paragraph on each of these. For instance,
Unbelievable.
UiPath, which is one of the ones I gave, it says it's increasingly supercharged by AI. Its platform uses software, robots, and AI models to automate repetitive tasks that humans perform on computers, from data entry to invoice processing, effectively an AI workforce for handling digital drudgery. All of these things are going to replace us, and we're not going to have any jobs. So you might as well invest in them so that we can profit from losing our jobs, right?
I think we're starting to set a tone here that, you know, we all know that we're doomed, but we might as well be rich and dead.
You're in a good industry though, Christine. I don't foresee the thing on whatever that show is called that automates tattoos. I feel like you're in an industry that doesn't automate.
I mean, we have seen video clips of automated tattoos, and it's pretty good. And it just does dots. It's like laser tattooing, and it looks pretty good. I just don't know how you would just have a good experience. Like, you know, you're eliminating that experience, the whole thing.
Don't you think the average tattoo customer would think it's kind of, I don't know, lazy or not? I would think it's like not cool to have an AI tattoo. It'd be cooler to have it from an actual artist. I would think.
Yeah,
Maybe I'm
and
wrong.
you would think that as well, but we can't doubt how society is
That's true.
right now. And I do know that if it was to come where it was an automated tattoo trend, we would buy a machine that does it, and then we'd have the people and the artists that provide the old school way of doing it. So then we cater to both, because maybe there's going to be people that don't want to talk and don't want to interact, and I think we're seeing more of that. And maybe they're like, I just want to get the tattoo, so can you make sure it's going to do it correctly? Don't talk to me. Like, we need to cater to those people too.
So you're saying as a studio entrepreneur, you're in, but you would still have the artists around for those that wanted the real deal.
Right. I don't want to be in, but we can't get left behind. So
No, I completely agree. I did see this the other day. I almost sent it to you, but I figured you already knew about it. But have you seen these medical tattoos that can basically give you like readouts for what's going on in your body, and they'll like change color based on different like vitamin measurements? It's almost like what you would get from an Apple Watch, but it's in a tattoo. Have you seen this?
no, please send it, because I would like to be involved somewhat on that, like whether trying it or something.
Please, can you come up here? I see a little part that's not tattooed on your shoulder, and I'm like, oh, your potassium's a little low, and I could see something like a yes, yeah.
I could put like a heart on people, and then they're like, hey, it's almost like, remember
It's
those
fading.
the mood rings? They're like, are you
Yes.
mad? Are you
Why are
upset?
you so pissed right
Yeah,
now?
like,
And they're like,
why are you sad?
I'm not sad. They're like, well, the heart on your shoulder tells a different story there. No, but this really was, I am going to find that. Now, maybe we'll even talk about it next week. It actually was an ink that would put in, and maybe even a sensor that would go in, and it could measure things in your blood, and it would show on your skin in some way. I don't know if it's a graph or colors or what it is, but
That's so interesting.
It
And then
does sound
that
interesting.
development is so insane, but I think that it could benefit the tattoo industry as far as like artists having say on that, or just being the person that applies it to people. But that's cool. I'd want
Yeah.
a mood changing or health changing tattoo.
It's so cool. It would. That would be. They should look into that. All right, that is the end of our time today. Just to be clear, I'm not pessimistic today. We're a trading show, Christine. I got to
Right.
talk about
We look
tickers.
forward to, you know what? I think we just continue to add on to our end of the world.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I have a Excel sheet that I've gotten, and in there is the prices that we had today, that I announced today. Let's follow them. Let's follow
Yeah.
and see what this basket of stocks do. We will, if they go down too much, we will remove them and then replace them with a more up and coming stock at that point. So
Yeah.
I've got, how many do we have here? I have 14 stocks here that are in this index. And we will look and see how they're doing from time to time.
And continue to add, and you will all be rich.
Okay, I don't know that I'm going to invest in all of them, but I may look in some of them. We'll
take
see. Some of them
leaps.
sound good.
We'll take leaps.
If they're available. I would definitely take a leap in some of them if they are available. Because not everything is optionable, right?
Right. Especially like OTC.
Right.
Or like when they're trading a lot lower, not optionable. But ones like the bigger ones, like
well, I know Nvidia and Microsoft.
Nvidia and Microsoft, like that alone, like to see bigger profit gains, we would just take leaps.
It's going to be crazy with some of the. I guarantee you, there's going to be some like small little nobody's ever heard of them AI companies that blow up. That just blow up. Now, which ones? I don't know, but maybe one of these.
I know, that'd be so cool. And we're like, hey, remember when he brought that up on that episode?
Yeah, but then it'd be like whenever I called Bitcoin's bottom at like $12,000 or whatever I did that time, but never did anything about it.
Right,
so,
you didn't care.
Well, I do.
You're like,
care,
let me buy $100 worth.
Right, exactly. So maybe I need to do better on this. All right, guys, that is it for episode 14. Episode 15 is next Tuesday, which I feel like's a big deal. I don't know why 15 seems like a big number to get out. I'll check on the numbers here. I do ask if you're listening to this after the fact, which I know we have a small amount of people that do. Share it out. I always like the live numbers. I always like the numbers that are listened to later after the fact. So please share this out whenever you get a chance. Christine, you want to add anything before I do this outro?
I do want to thank you guys for listening in and sharing if you guys have done so. We appreciate you guys. Make sure to watch the replay on our YouTube channel. We greatly appreciate all the likes and the subscriptions on our YouTube channel. We are also on TikTok, Instagram, and obviously here on X.
Boom, right there. I do like the innovative said something about bath salts and turns you into the Hulk. I'm reading that. Turns you into the Hulk. That's really funny. All right, guys, that is it for this week. We will see you next Tuesday. Until then, make sure you can see my hand. Peace.
Chasing the thrill of the digital high. The story unfolds. Fortunes are built in the data it holds. From crypto skies to entertainment streams, pushing the edge, chasing dreams unseen. By the roar, the story unfolds. Fortunes are built in the data it holds. From crypto skies to entertainment streams, pushing the edge, chasing dreams unseen. Silent screams in a world of risks and electric dreams. Take on the future, take the ride. Sharp minds up on the darker side. Sharp minds up on the darker side. Charts don't lie, but the faces do. Watch the market sway like it's testing you. The